sheet. And I will take the plate and I run down to bed and I'm like, they don't like this. And he will not get flustered in the slightest. He'll just be like, okay. And then turn around, bam, 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 and suddenly creates this whole new meal in like 10 minutes from fucking nowhere. And I just think that that's the most impressive skill you can have. Like, I never saw him stressed. He just whips up magic instantly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Bravo and Kate and Ben and Bravo celebrities, you were at BravoCon this year.
Yes.
How was that? I mean, it seemed like you had a great time.
It was amazing. I think it was one of the best weekends of my life. It was just so exciting. Like, so many fans there. It was just really cool because the hotel that we were staying at, obviously everyone caught wind of the hotel that all the celebrities were staying at. And so every time we left the hotel, there's like security, velvet ropes, screaming fans, all of these like escalades or whatever just lined up to take people places. And it was kind of the first weekend that I really felt like this true celebrity, it was so exciting. And then at BravoCon, like all the Bravo fans are just so full of love, and you felt this energy at BravoCon of just pure love and excitement everywhere. It was a really nice environment. And then I obviously got to meet a lot of other Bravo celebrities, and I don't really watch Bravo. I don't watch any TV really. I'm too restless to watch TV. And so I was meeting a lot of these people for the first time, and everyone's so lovely.
Who was like just somebody that stands out that you were just like blown away by how lovely they were?
I really loved, and I've learned later that this is funny because apparently they're not on good terms. But I really loved meeting Heather Gay and Whitney Rose. Both of them just showed me so much love. I had such a good time. It felt like we were instantly besties. And they were just really, really nice. And then Madison LaCroix, I also spent a lot of time with her, and she was very kind to me.
So many people I asked that question to say Heather Gay was like their favorite person they met.
Yeah, she's got such a fun energy and just no sort of cockiness or ego, just very down to earth.
Did you hang out with her and Whitney together?
Yeah, I did actually, and I didn't realize that there was anything going on until afterwards. So they hit it well.
These housewives, they're professionals.
Yeah.
What about, listen, Captain Jason is single, Heather is single. I mean, you like Heather, Captain Jason. Maybe you should make a love match here.
That would never happen. She's so not his type. Captain likes the hippie island style diving. Like, he loves girls that are into like yoga and diving and breath work and one with nature. Like, it's just the housewives thing is so not his thing.
It's not his thing.
Nah.
Did you meet anyone at BravoCon that was the opposite, that just kind of, you tried to be nice, they snubbed you, they were like, who are you? I mean, you hear a lot of people have these stories after BravoCon.
No, not really. Nah, I feel like everyone was very open and forthcoming and kind.
Were you shocked at like the fandom? I mean, like, you've been to watch what happens, but you're right. Like, BravoCon takes it to a whole new level. The hotel, the velvet ropes, the escalades, the fan. Like, were you just shocked at like how deep the fandom for Bravo runs?
Oh gosh, yes. Like, it's insane. Like, people were just shaking and crying and so excited. It looked like they were just going to explode. And I mean, like, at one point I went out to the crowd. I had some security with me, and we went out to the crowd because I wanted to take photos, and it was literally like 5 seconds. They told people to line up, and it was like 5 seconds per photo. It was literally, hi, smile, okay, thanks, hi, smile, okay, thanks. And the line, I was out there for 2.5 hours, and the line just didn't end. And in the end, I felt like I was going to faint because I was so stimulated that I said to security, like, can you please get me out of here now? Like, I need to sit down and eat something. But it was just, I couldn't believe how many fans we have. It's amazing.
It is. I mean, why do you think, Below Deck as a franchise, it's like, it really is some of the highest rated shows on Bravo. Like, what do you think it is about Below Deck that just people have stayed with for all these seasons that they can't get enough of?
I think truly, I believe it's because it's so relatable. Because at the end of the day, we're just regular people doing service work. And that's something that the public can actually relate to. They can't really relate to, I mean, obviously the housewives are so popular and people love to watch the drama, but not many people can relate to that kind of money and that kind of lifestyle. Whereas when they're watching us on the boat and we've got picky customers, or there's love triangles, or all these things, it's like most regular Americans or anyone watching it, they're like, oh yeah, that's like what I experience at work, and I have to deal with that at work. And I think that that's why. And then you add to that travel and beautiful views and how a boat works, and there's kind of just something that's in it for everyone.
I think so too. Speaking of, talk to me. I mentioned your boatmance earlier, but that you're far from there. Talk to me about this new man in your life. Tell us about him.
Yes, so not so new now. It's been about 3 years now. So Scott, he is just so wonderful. I love him so much. Like, he's definitely my one. And so we originally met we went to high school together, but we weren't friends. We weren't even really friends. We were acquaintances. We'd say hi when we walked past each other. I actually went to his 18th birthday and didn't even know that it was his 18th. Didn't even say hi to him. I was there with some other guys, so we were very much just acquaintances. But we'd always followed each other on Instagram since. And he was really good at keeping it, like anyone that came to the States from New Zealand, he'd always ask to catch up, because not that many Kiwis go to the States. And so he did that for me. I was flying out at the time. But we just kept on talking and kept on talking. And after about 4 months of messaging back and forth, we ended up messaging every day. We clearly had something there. And so I just said to him, hey, why don't I come over and see you for a couple of weeks? So I did. We had our first kiss at the airport and we just hit it off, and the rest is history.
Did you know that you went to his 18th birthday? Like, did you remember that, like when you
I
reconnected?
remembered I remembered the party, but I didn't really realize that it was his, because I remember the party because at that party, it was just after I found out that the guy that I was dating at the time had slept with another girl that I knew. So I'd kind of found out about that and was all upset. And then I showed up to the party and they were there together. And it was the first time that I'd seen them together. So I was like on the driveway crying, and it was, and then one of my friends was crying about someone else. And it wasn't until much later when we reconnected, I was like, oh my gosh, was that your party?